Yeah, it's your boy Merc Star and Crystal, representing from the 915. Let's go.
What up, Pachuco? Welcome back to another episode. This time we're focused on music yet again. I got a good friend of mine here. Goes by the name of Bobby Gene Cail. He's a badass drummer. He's been in a lot from what he tells me. He's been through a lot, and we're going to kind of dive in here and pick parts about him and see what he's all about. That way you guys can hear some of his new music, his new project. And besides that, I'm going to go ahead and let the man tell you a little bit about himself. Maybe we can start with how you got your name.
Thank you so much. Well, as you were asking me earlier, that maybe it does or maybe it doesn't pertain to me, but I was told since I was a young kid or a young kiddo that my name kind of had a ring to it. An artist, movie star, some kind of celebrity, I guess you could say.
So Bobby Gene Cail, that's your government name.
That's on my social, on the passport.
On the passport, all right.
But so they kept telling me it had this ring to it, like a celebrity ring to it. And so as I got older, I figured there was no need for an alias or a stage name. So yeah.
I don't know if you've heard, but there's a famous family from here, and they all take that name, Bobby Gene. So,
oh really?
But their last name's Grayson, Bobby Gene Grayson. And there's like the first, the second, the third, the fourth. There's they all kept the name.
All right.
I went to school with a couple of them. I think they're like. They even have a street named after like their great grandfather or something. He was like one police officer here locally.
Cool. Well, if you guys are listening, we're taking over.
Bobby Genes.
Yeah.
They're all over the place. Y'all better watch out. I thought it was just one family. This guy. There's
two.
Something going on with Bobby and Gene.
And there's two families, and the second one is metal and a blues musician. My dad, brought me up on the blues, plays blues. We did. Some recordings together, played a lot of live shows, so.
Oh, okay. So is that how you got into making music? Of course,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Watch your dad, or your dad showed you?
Yeah, so when my dad tells me, I probably don't remember, but he tells me when I was a toddler, I was always hitting things, banging on things, and pots and pans and stuff. He was always playing music. Of course, he was already a musician, so he's playing music around the house. And then, I guess it was kind of instilled in me that way. So by the time I was elementary school, 12, 13, I signed up for the school band, and then, started doing the percussion, the snare drum, and my grandma got me my first snare drum, then my dad got me my first drum set, and it was just, the rest was history, man, so.
That's pretty cool. So
yeah.
You said you were like, how old when you got your first drum set?
First drum set, I was 13. Sunlight. And I think that was at Benny's Pawn Shop here in El Paso.
Shout out to Benny's.
Shout out Benny's. And it was a blue. It was a pretty cool blue. I think it was just like a rap sort of deal, rap sort of finish on the drum. But hey, man, it did what it was supposed to do. So
that's cool, bro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So you started playing just at home, practicing. I mean, did you have any? What were your drummer influences, or it was just what were you influenced by, really, to get you started?
Yeah. In the back of my head, there were those influences of classic rock, the blues, that, the stuff my dad was playing around the house.
Yeah.
But then, I started to meddle with all the kids in the neighborhood, and then they were listening to certain bands, certain things. Then eventually, I think the cousin of one of the first band members in my first band had a CD case, and he left it with me, or he forgot to take it home or something, but I came across it, and there was Slipknot, there was Metallica live in 80 something, there was et cetera, but I think Slipknot, and specifically the first self-titled album, was the one. Joey Jordison, rest in peace, but that was the album that
that's what got you I want to do that.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
that right there.
Then they came out with Live in London, Disaster Pieces, the live DVD, and I was in middle school, and I was watching that thing religiously, man. And so yeah, that was probably the first, and then the second band still influences me to this day, and also fortunately I've had the honor and the privilege to hang out with him backstage and party and stuff. Is Meshuggah from Sweden. But that drummer and his style, the way, well, that drummer, the guitar player, and just the whole band, the way they changed the game for metal and progressive metal, that was way more than Slipknot. Of course, Slipknot was a huge influence, but they got me married to the game.
Right.
so yeah, so those two bands pretty much did and then a lot of other bands too. All the bands that came along.
But those are your two main influences.
But those were back in the day, yeah, and still to some extent.
All right. Well, I know you brought a little bit of some unreleased music, and that's really what we're here for, just to give everybody a taste of what you're coming with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's really up to you. If you have something you want to show first.
I do. I'd actually want to show a few pieces. Okay. And by the way, thank you for having me, man.
Of course, man. I'm really glad that I can get any artist really out here to just talk about their stuff, because there's no platforms for that here locally.
Yeah.
That give you the opportunity to just blab about whatever you make.
Yeah, and this couldn't have come at a better time. I know Eric, right, is his name?
Right.
I believe the guy that hooked me up with this interview technically was his friend. So Herman or German, shout out. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Herman.
We will play some music, man. Just.
All right. Yeah. What is it called? I mean.
All right. So, of course, the album is released under my name, Bobby Gene Cail, but the album title is Carpe Instantia, which is seize the instant. Carpe Instantia. So yeah. So that came about. It was basically a derivative of Carpe Diem, seize the day.
Carpe Diem, yes.
But then it broke down into seize the moment. But then I started thinking about it, and I was like, well, a moment can be like a whole minute, or it can be like.
How long is a moment?
That's what I'm saying. There's kind of like a gray area.
You want more than a moment.
Yeah, like more reduced, man. So then I was like instant, like a millisecond or something like that, and it was. So that's what kind of inspired me, calling it like seize the instant, and so that's where I got it from. But the album is going to be called Carpe Instantia, and then this track that I'm about to play for you guys, it's about an asteroid. This is about an asteroid that's supposed to hit in maybe 10 years or so, but I'm a little bit of a space nerd and a space freak.
So the background fits perfect.
So when I saw this place, I was like, yeah. And then I got some unfinished space tattoos on my chest that need to be finished with quick soon, hopefully. I'll get around to it. But I'm a space freak.
Said and I never did.
Dude, props on the setup, on the gear.
Thank you, man.
Congrats and props to doing this for the community and the people and the musicians, artists, etc.
Yeah.
So this asteroid that I was talking about earlier.
Oh yes, back to asteroid.
Back to that asteroid.
Back that asteroid.
That asteroid. It's called, this asteroid's called Apophis. It's gonna do a super close flyby in 2029. And that inspired me. But they say if it were to hit, it could cause like destruction.
Sure.
And the name comes from like destruction and darkness.
Great.
Havoc, chaos. I was like,
what? Have given it a nicer name? No, but.
Yeah. So
like
that.
Fluffy bunny.
Yeah. So I was exactly. I was like, what better name to name a metal song? Apophis. So here. Hope whoever's watching this, listening, I hope you enjoy this.
Bobby Gene Cail with Apophis.
30 seconds. Let's go. The crowd goes mild.
So the first thing people are gonna ask, when does the guy start singing? Right? And there's no guy singing, guys.
When I have a guy whispering.
This is all about the music. This is all about the music right here.
Yeah, instrumental.
So I know you're playing the drums. Are you playing the guitar too? Are you a one-man band? That's what I was thinking at first. I said, is this guy doing everything?
I've been picking up a couple more instruments here and there, playing a little bit of other stuff in the most recent years. Originally, I was supposed to incorporate more guitar playing, or not more, but some guitar playing into this project. But luckily, I came across on the internet. This is the beauty of the internet. You know, it's a double-edged sword because some people complain about the internet, social media. It's kind of messing with our heads, but you get advantages like this one. I came across an amazing, talented kid, or young guy, I should say, from Argentina.
Okay.
His name is Luca Rakuk. And Luca, if you're listening, I hope I didn't butcher your name. I'm sure that's how you pronounce it. But talented guy, just happens to, this is crazy, man, happens to have the same exact influences, inspiration that, I do.
That you just explained, all right.
Yeah, dude, the band Michigan I was talking about. But
how did you meet him?
It was Instagram.
Oh, you found him on Instagram.
I think it was, the algorithm suggests certain artist pages and posts for you. And I think it was suggested to me, this guy. And then I was like, man, this dude is like covering a band that I still listen to and listened to a lot back in the day. I was like, this guy's playing it like nothing.
And then he's young. So
and
of course
he's
you were like,
young.
whoa, what the hell?
I checked out his page. He's playing originals too. He's got an original project too. Then he tells on his header or what have you, he says he's for hire. So yeah, man, wrote him pretty quick, and then we got something going on a forum, and then he agreed to doing the guitars, man, and the process, the writing process, it was so crazy, man, because I would suggest a certain mood, like maybe make this part dark or like happy sounding, or you know what I mean, kind of bright,
which is easy to do when the person's here with you.
Yeah,
but he's in
Argentina. But the beauty is that we have the same exact influences, like all the crazy bands that we listen to. We both like the same bands, and so then, I would be like, cut the rhythm guitars out here and just leave the lead guitars, or I would be like, repeat this part 6 times instead of 8, and little things here and there, or I'd be like,
definitely, but it's something somebody that you have to know your music.
Yeah, to get
conversating to get shit done like that.
Yeah. So I'm super happy, and then you and I were chit-chatting a little bit before the pod, but I had written lyrics for the album, and I was actually going to hire a opera singer, but then I've been to opera shows before, and I noticed that there were no percussion or drums
I've
in
never
general.
noticed that. I heard you saying that earlier, and I was like, okay, that leads me into the question. Like, they have no drums, not even nothing, no percussion.
Yeah. So then, I mean,
right? It's just them singing. Maybe a couple like flutes and shit, or
nothing, man, nothing.
Nothing?
And which, as
I've never been to an opera, honestly.
As a muse or an artist, or just just an artist in general, you like what Jack Black said in School of Rock, like music appreciation. You gotta appreciate it.
Yeah.
So I took it for what it was, but then when I came around to wanting to hire somebody for vocals to sing my lyrics, I thought, well, if nobody's drumming at the opera show, I'm gonna just do an instrumental with no vocals. So I said, there's a handful of amazing instrumental bands out there, so I think I'll be okay in this market as far as instrumental bands are concerned. But
I think so. I've seen like a lot of that music goes to like TV shows and stuff like that. You should definitely try that market, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because they're looking for little things that brand new, that they don't have to pay millions and millions for. They can pay a couple $1,000 for it. Cool.
You just led me or segued into the next thing I was going to say. BMI. I heard BMI was great for instrumentals and submitting my music to movies and to soundtracks. And
so that's where you gotta go.
Things to that nature. The next song or clip that it will eventually play, and again, shout out Luca. I when I wrote the drum part or the whole song, on the drums. I did imagine for it to have like a powerful cinematic vibe, or I guess that like just very dramatic but powerful.
Okay.
Because dramatic can also be weak,
Right. Yeah.
and whimsy, and you know,
Depends,
fragile.
what side of the spectrum of dramatic you want to be on?
Yeah. But I was going for that just heavy, aggressive, but dramatic, you know, vibe. And then, you know, again, shout out Luca. This, you know, guitar he put over it. It sounds very cinematic, dude. So I want to, or correction, I'm going to submit it to like an action movie, a space, you know, future. Yeah, I could imagine Darth Vader coming out to that. And
I want to hear it now. You gotta play it now.
Yeah, let's do
now
it.
We're talking. Okay.
That's.
So what's this one called?
This one is called Ignitio. So I forgot to mention this earlier for you, sir, but you probably already could tell, but the titles are like Latin based. They've got the Latin names. So this Ignitio and or Ignite, Explosion. I can present or show a picture of the album cover, but the theme of this album is also it's around the formation of a solar system, like the birth of a star all the way to the death. Yeah. So the first.
You're telling a story within the song titles.
Yeah.
Within the songs and within the album. That's beautiful.
And sequential
Love
order.
when people do that.
Thank you, man.
Like because it's a lost art, man. Like I remember the days of popping in a tape, a CD, pressing play and listening to the whole song. I mean, the whole album.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and a lot of artists would do what we're talking about is like make a story out of it. And I've always done that. Not that anybody noticed. A few people maybe, but yeah.
You hit it on the head, dude. That's the way it should be. You know, obviously, aside from my dad and you and a couple friends, yeah, but the couple friends that have been like, I listen to albums like I listen to. It's for me, an album should be one song, you know, or you listen
like
to
a book.
it. There you go. Yeah.
Chapters in a book.
Beginning to end.
When you get to the end, it's like, oh, that was nice. Let's
Yeah.
start it over. If you really liked it, you're gonna be like, I want to go back to one and listen to it again.
Yeah.
I think I missed it.
Yeah. Front to back.
I missed that because now it's rare that you hear that album. Listen all the way through.
Yeah. The younger generation, of course, this day and age, you could tell the streaming age.
Yeah.
It's singles, it's clips,
Yeah, they don't
it's
have the time
snippets,
for that, man.
TikToks.
3 minutes is too long of a song nowadays. It's like,
Well, I've got a 7-minute song on my album, and it's the last song on the album, and I can't wait for you guys to hear it. I'll play a clip of it. Luca and I were talking about it, and we both agreed that we probably shouldn't, obviously for marketing's sake, put too much out there too quick before,
okay, no. Yeah.
especially the last song of the album. But because I'm here on Pachuca, we're gonna
So
listen.
this is
Let me play Ignitio for you guys.
Ignitio. There we go. I knew I was butchering
Yeah.
it a little bit.
All right, here we go.
That's good. That's nice.
Cool, man. Cool. Yeah.
Man,
Cool.
It's in my neighborhood. They like to call that fire. That's that fire.
Hey, that's that fire. That good.
That's real good, bro.
Yeah,
I like that
thank you,
one.
man.
I mean,
Thank
not that I didn't like the other one.
No. Well,
that one is right up my alley as far as like
all right.
music goes. Yeah. I like
Cool, dude. So the first track, thanks for bringing it up, but the first clip I played
Yeah.
is more of like the it's like a segment of a very detailed song. There's like so many parts in that from the first clip.
Oh, okay, okay.
That
yeah.
song has like so many parts. So I guess I see what you're saying, but this second clip that I played for you, the way it comes in like that, the beginning, that was the beginning of the song. So the way it comes in like that is the song. You
It's
know?
yeah.
So I feel like that's probably why you like that one more.
It fits the title. I'm a fan of that song. Right.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah,
That's good.
explosion, ignition, ignite.
It does,
Yeah.
right? It sounds like what it, when
Yeah,
I read
huh?
the title, yes. That's
Cool,
good.
bro. Thank you, man, for affirming that. So yeah. Ooh.
That's cool. To me, and like I'm so used to listening to beats only with no lyrics, because it's how we do it. We listen to beats, start writing over it.
Yeah.
So I can appreciate the music side of it. The
Cool.
guitars on there, like you said about this kid, man.
Yeah, 20 years old.
And like I don't know if did he play 2 sets of guitars on there.
He
I'm not really good at it, but like I could hear another, almost like a bell.
Yeah.
And I was like, is that a bell? No, that's the guitar.
A fire
Right?
alarm. Yeah. Because it's fire.
And I could kind of hear like a little bell in the back somehow, and I was like,
No.
that's the guitar.
Yeah. So he did rhythm. That thing you said sound like a bell is the lead guitar, and then he did bass. So
That's
yeah.
badass.
So yeah, man. I'm not sure if he's really interested, but if he ever needed beats, some powerful, grimy, crazy shenanigans, I would return the favor and
Right.
the way he did it for me. Yeah, if he requested me to do a certain whatever, I would, by all means, So,
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah.
So
and
when
then,
you, oh my bad, go ahead.
No.
I was gonna ask you, when you do perform, it's just gonna be you on the drums. You're gonna have that on the backtrack.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have the guitar and the bass and everything on the backtrack, and then you're gonna
Pretty
back the drums.
much. Yeah, man. And
That's
then
pretty cool too. Okay.
yeah, and you bring up something interesting, or that's part of the plan or the goal. Because some of the friends or acquaintances or the band members that I've had have always asked, it's like, what's your intention with this solo
Right.
album? Or
You're gonna go solo, but
what are you hoping? You know what I mean? And that's a good question to ask, because what I hope for is for it to draw or attract, whether it be a guitar player, at least locally, to have or regionally to have the same influence, or a bass player, singer, producer, something, right? For
Right.
them to be
and the
drawn.
work's already done, so they just gotta come along, learn the riffs. Boom,
Yeah, exactly.
In a sense, and you could, or for now, like you said, you could just play the backtrack, drum over it.
Yeah, that's step one. And then I hope it draws, like you said, musicians to me.
I think it will. People are gonna be in the crowd. And they're gonna be like, "What the fuck, man? I can play that shit. Let me go and help this guy."
Yeah.
I would think, like, me as an artist.
Yeah.
If I hear somebody and I can help, I would.
So yeah, exactly.
If they allow it, you know what I mean?
So that would bring about a second album, a third album, and then it would just turn into a whole band, and then a
That's
tour.
cool, man. Well, fuck, bro. I hope everything goes as planned and everything goes good for you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank
Get
you.
some band members here. Maybe people will hear this on the show. And
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah, there's, man,
Go to your bedroom.
loosey goosey. I know, because again, I was born and raised here. Like you said, I was in a bunch of bands and what have you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I know a couple of musicians that can,
It takes a lot, though.
similar.
I know it's hard to get. Sometimes it's hard for just one person to get in the studio or get in front of the drums. Start working stuff out. It takes time, so it's a lot harder to get 3 other people plus yourself. to do it. When it comes to a band, it's
Exactly. So even if it was one person here in El Paso and maybe like a person in Albuquerque, or it was one in LA and another one here in El Paso, like whatever we got to do to make it work, or 3 guys in Phoenix, like that would be a crazy wild card,
Yeah.
like a.
but Phoenix is close enough. You could take trips over there, do some shows, come back here, do a couple on the way, Las Cruces, Albuquerque.
Yeah, exactly. Regional, you know what I mean? And then I'm at the point in my life where traveling is obviously open for discussion, relocating, touring, all that, man. The door's not closed at all. If I have to, or vice versa, if somebody has to come here, I have to go there.
Yeah.
Whatever we got to do to make it work, let's do it. Life's too short, when we only got one life, maybe we have 2 or 3, but right now, let's do this.
This is the only one we will remember, though.
Yeah, right.
One thing I also need to get off is your past projects. I know you said you've worked with I can't name the names now.
Yeah.
But you said you have worked with several bands.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can, name some names, give a little bit of a shout out, and tell us about your history, what you were doing before your solo album.
Yeah, sure. Should I go from my first band to all the way to?
Yeah, I
yeah.
mean, just
why not?
Rough description.
Long story short, yeah. Sure thing, man. So yeah, we mentioned earlier I was playing drums at age 12, 13. I joined a band with a couple of kids. Well, one guy that lived in the same apartment complex as I did. Then we met up with another guy from the Lower Valley. We used to go to Del Valle High School. Shout out Del Valle. Conquistador. It's Conquistador, right?
Yeah, de Conquistadores.
Pinche Conquistadores, hijo de la chingada. Oh.
So we call them the Conquistadorques.
I thought you say the Conquistadores.
No, I don't give them that credit. Nah, but yeah. No, that's cool. Lower Valley.
Lower Valley, shout out.
Always.
Yeah, so we hooked up or linked up with a guy from down there. His name is Jay Martinez. He does a lot of acoustic stuff, folky, indie stuff, I think. And then the other guy is Randy Vega, and he does reggae. I think he was doing like Bob Marley type stuff, Peter Tosh kind of stuff. I don't know if I haven't kept in contact with those dudes in a long time, but if they're doing well, that's cool.
Right.
That was the first band. God, and then right after that band, being in that band for like a year, we met up because we had to record our demo, right? So we met up with this local musician, Hector Camarena. He's a prominent musician locally, and he plays in the Cowboys from El Paso, and I think the guy who was singing in that band, which was also the owner of Rock House, recently passed away, so condolences, rest in peace.
Pissing Razors, right?
Mateo, yeah. Not Pissing Razors, but I know he was in other bands that were involved with some of the dudes that there was a big connection between all of them. They were all in the same circle, yeah. Mm-hmm. So Mateo passed away, but Hector, he's been doing production for a long time. He had a studio.
Hector, yeah, I know.
Camarena, yeah, he recorded our demo.
Long beard, hair. Great. Yeah. He's always doing a lot of the sound for a lot of our shows. He used to do a lot of shows.
Yeah.
I would always see him.
Yeah.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
And then he was in a punk band called Blacklist, and his friend David Moran was playing bass for a band called Sanskrit. And I was like 14 years old. I don't know how it happened. I guess I was able to play good enough drum beats to where they were like, what is this kid? Like, what's going on here? So let's all start a band. And we also knew another guitar player by the name of Alex in this local band called Off Pill. And it was basically a bunch of local bands, members from local bands. And we all started this one band, and it was called 5393. And so 5393 I got 5393. It's actually a drum rhythm that's in 5/4 time signature. Okay. So that's how we named it that name. And then we were pretty cool, man. We played a lot of shows locally, and we were in that band for about 5 years. And it was.
Sounds like that's where you got your love for performing.
Yeah, man, we played some pretty cool tunes in that band 5393. But 5 years went by, and we had to move on, or at least I did, and I know you mentioned Dallas earlier, but then at 20 years old, I moved to Dallas.
Oh, okay.
And joined a couple of groups there, and for me, Dallas or Dallas, Texas got me in the groove of like the adult life, because I was like 20 years old, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, it got me in the groove of like being an adult and getting my bearings as an adult, work, life, apartments, cars.
And then still trying to balance it.
Yeah, and I played a few shows here and there and what have you, and I joined a few bands for like short-lived times, but then I came back to El Paso for about a year or two, right before COVID, and I joined a band here locally called Carriers of the Dead. And that was a really cool band. It was like it was like metalcore style riffs, but in a like dark, like death metal way, black metal way. For all the metal connoisseurs listening out there, yeah. So
like I mean, I'm not gonna lie. A little bit of what you're saying is Chinese to me. 'Cause I like
Yeah.
music. I like rock music, but I don't love it, so I don't know it all. But no, it's great because there is gonna be people here that know what you're saying.
yeah.
That's the whole point. I'm not trying to be all stuck in I just interview rappers. Nah.
Yeah.
Since the beginning, I've been telling everybody, like, I don't care if you play a harmonica and the guitar. Like, come on over.
Yeah.
Do it.
Oh, yeah. My dad plays guitar and harmonica. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's fucking badass. Shout out Bobby Cail. And so and then the guitar and the bassist from that band Carriers of the Dead that I just mentioned, their main influences were like Black Dahlia Murder and Arcspire, so it kind of sort of sounded like that. So, long story short, I was in that band for a few years here in town, 2-3 years, and then and then I had been eyeing, or I had in the back of my head, to move out to California. And this was already, 2020. So I said, and this was right before COVID hit, man. So I was like, screw it, I'll move out to California. And because I had gone to this festival or this convention called NAMM. For all the musicians or people listening out there, NAMM is the festival they have in Anaheim, or at the Anaheim Convention Center, where all the music vendors meet once a year. And
I think I've heard about it.
Yeah, and all the people that are that have an endorsement or sponsorship with those vendors, they obviously they meet, and the vendors sell, and the musicians get to perform, and it's just like a big.
So it's like the Comic-Con, but for a bunch of musicians.
For musicians, yeah.
Producers.
Yeah.
All that, yeah.
And so I met these guys. So I was kicking it with these guys at this for the Swedish microphone company called Erland Mics, and these guys come up to the booth, to the microphone booth, the Erland booth. And they're two mexicanos orgullosos. Y los mexicanos orgullosos, they offered me. They were both wearing chalecos, like vest. And their style is heavy, pesado, like that biker, the heavy death metal, kind of look, rugged rocker.
Now I see who you're talking about.
Yeah, my brother from another mother, my tío, that's my partner in crime right there, Rafa Vargas. He's always wearing a bandana on his head, the crazy look. But these two guys, Freddy Contreras and Rafa Vargas, they walk up. They're like, hey, what's going on? Like, they look obliterate, like they're buzzing hardcore, man. And they open up they're like, tell you they're wearing a chaleco or a vest. They open up their vest, and they got some flask, and they're like, telling me to wash my face in Spanish. Lávate la cara. And I was like, all right, let's do it. And then I was taking shots from their flask, and then before you know it, I guess I mentioned that I played drums, and they're like, oh, well, we're looking for a drummer. Our band's called Profecia. We're looking for a drummer. Mexican metal from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then we agreed to linking up. I took off from El Paso with 2-3 G's in my account, some clothes and my belongings, and I just said, fuck it, man. And I headed out there, and then so I was telling you this was at COVID or before COVID.
Right.
So COVID happened. I was like, you know what? They started shutting everything, closing everything down. I was like, you know what? You guys are gonna close stuff down. I'm gonna go to Vegas. It was right before my birthday, man. I was like, I'm gonna go celebrate my birthday in Vegas. And then I found out they closed everything in Vegas. And then, dude, I was like, I'm gonna celebrate my birthday in El Paso. So I went back home, dude, and I was like, yeah. And then that's when they finally closed things here in Texas or El Paso. And I'm a big, like, I'm very social. I'm outgoing. I like to have a good time.
Yeah.
The thing that I got around to doing was, I think teppanyaki off the Gateway or the I-10 was the only thing that was open. And I had a buddy working there, and she's like, "We're gonna close tomorrow. Today's the last day, so you can eat. You celebrate, birthday meal or whatever." I did teppanyaki and a birthday cake, bro, and I kicked it here with my parents a few months, and then it kept going, man, like the shutdown or quarantine or whatever.
Yeah.
And I took my mom on a little vacation to Florida, dude, because Florida was one of the only crazy states that's still like.
I remember that. Yeah. They were like, nothing's happening. There's no COVID. Like, what the fuck?
And you know what the crazy part about that is, bro?
Oh shit! I totally forgot about that.
Dude, salud, man. 'Cause you know what? The crazy part about that is, my mom had always wanted to go to Florida, dude. And I told my Mom, I got the time and I got the money. And there's a pandemic. Do you still want to go to... And my mom is the most common sense, like hard-headed, like sometimes too hard-headed, like stubborn.
Yeah.
I thought she was going to say no. And my mom was like, fuck it. So we went, dude. Came back from Florida. And then I said to myself, if I don't move to California now, I'll never move to California. And so I said, fuck it, man. Again, I'm always saying fuck it. And I moved to California, and I linked up back with these dudes, Ralph and Freddie, and we ended up playing, numerous shows like in New York, LA, Mexico City, Sonora and Tijuana and stuff. Those guys are a blast, man. I had nothing but a blast, and I gained a lot of experience for being in that band and living in California. And I did a couple of other punk band and symphonic metal band and stuff, but
that was your main one.
But yeah, man.
What was the name of the group again? Just so that people can hear.
The Profecia.
Profecia.
Yeah, man. Okay. Yeah. So I owe an immense amount of respect and gratitude to those guys.
And they just don't. They stop making music.
I was.
You guys fell apart.
Yeah,
should I not be asking this?
No, man. So off the record, I know earlier we were talking about like me. Just since I was a youngin, always linking up with older cats, jamming with older dudes, and they're a lot older, And Freddie is so. Rafa Vargas, I have a lot of admiration for him and my dad. I admire them so much, man, because they're older and they still play music and they still want to do this and that.
They still have the drive for it.
Rafa Vargas is from Profecia. He's 60. Perdóname, Rafa, but I think he's like 63, 60, if I get your age wrong.
You're saying his age, period.
Yeah, 63, 64, like...
Dile 52, mijo.
Chavorruco. Nah. But I look up to that so much, man, that model, to him and my dad, because it's like, a lot of the youngins from now, they're like, oh, you're 30 years old, you're old, like, stop it, stop what you're doing, like, hang it up. And maybe in the rap, hip-hop scene, too.
Oh, my God, bro, as soon as you pass 27.
Right, it's the end of the world. So I feel like I'm just getting started, man, and I've hit, as do a lot of us, I've hit a few roadblocks, but where were we going with all this? I forgot.
Well, you were just telling me about your band, and I think you made it to the last one you were in before where you're at now. So
yeah,
we're
man.
Good. We're cut up.
So yeah.
Continue with what you're saying.
That guy, Rafa, just to sum it up, you're never too old. If you have a talent, if you have a knack, if you have a passion, if you have a dream, never give up, no matter what the circumstances are or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah.
If you have the time for it, if it's not disrupting your life, if it's something you love, regardless of how it's going to be perceived by other people, you should do it.
Yeah.
I mean, release it too.
Yeah.
A lot of people do, they do music and stuff and they just keep it in their computer.
Yeah.
And they never tell nobody. And I don't see the purpose of that. If you're going to go out and do some kind of art, you got to show it.
Exactly.
That way people can hate it. That way people can like it. That way people can feel. Because how else do we feel things? That's just how it is.
Yeah. And with all that being said, that guy that I mentioned, Rafa, who's 60 some odd years, he's a super talented, extremely talented guitar player. He's from Mexico City, but he's been in Southern California for many years. Went to MI, which is Musicians Institute. He, well, I should say, him and I are planning to do a record together or an album together. You know, yeah, I'm just excited,
cool.
man.
So you still have future projects besides yourself?
Yeah,
All right.
I got some plans in the what is it, in the pipe or whatever, in the burner. Yeah, so
that's cool. It's good to see old people. No disrespect.
Yeah.
It's good to see old people still into music.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier when it's rock music. I'm not gonna lie, because you don't have. I never heard people like Led Zeppelin keeps on making music. They're too old.
Yeah.
They're more like, wow, Led Zeppelin's still making music. But then this younger generation, they're like, Wu-Tang, they're still making music. My dad used to listen to it's like, who cares? Why?
The RZA, the Jizza.
Some people just, I don't know. Just because it doesn't speak to the youth doesn't mean it's not good music.
Right.
And that's how the youth feels. But it's just the youth. And they're the main consumers of the product, so I understand.
Yeah, one of my favorite rappers or hip-hop, I should say pioneers is KRS-One.
Really? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. And he said something like one time in an interview is like, the old got to listen to the young people, and the young people got to listen to the old, man. Like, it works both ways,
It
it's
does.
a two-way
It
street.
does. We gain a little from them, they gain a little from us. But if we never do that, then there's no give and take.
Yeah, so
yes, sir.
That's a good point. But yeah, man, I just feel like, especially like this is coming from the depth of my soul, but like we were talking about earlier, I still have a lot to give, man, and maybe not just in a musical sense, but in general, in life in general, but at least music or artistically, I still have a lot to give. And like you said earlier, we got to put it out there. We got to share it with the world. I've also, along the way, I've encountered many people, many souls, and they've told me the same thing, man. Like, they egg me on, basically. They're like, you got to go, you got to do it. Get out there. Like, it's crazy that you have this ability and you're like...
And you're second guessing it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm actually at this age of mine right now, I'm better at not second guessing things, and I jump into any opportunity or side quest. But they basically tell me, man, a lot of my my good friends, or maybe not even good friends, just acquaintances, friends.
Acquaintances.
Yeah, they tell me like, hey, man, like you've got this gift, and you need to be heard, and so I'm willing to do that, So I'd be more than glad.
Heard. Let's hear some more.
Let's jump into another song. Yeah.
What else do you got? You tempted us with those 2 songs, and
yeah.
I want to see what more you got
in the bag.
Yeah.
Let's see, man. So this song is called Hypernova. And this is, as we mentioned earlier, this is the ending to the series of stages that a star goes through. Yeah, birth to death. So
that's cool, man.
This would be.
I'm like, I go by Merc Star, so I've always been intrigued.
Right on.
Just like you are. So on that level, we're right here, bro. I get you. Hell yeah.
Tocayo. Planetary or cosmic Tocayo.
Been stuck out staring at the stars.
Yeah.
Daydreaming, night dreaming. So what?
That's cool, man.
So Hypernova.
And
this is the last stage a star goes through before it
just
on forever.
Implosion. Yeah. Here we go.
Sad. All right, let's hear it. We're going. Now we're ready. This is Hypernova.
This is it. Yeah.
Good shit, bro.
Yeah. And that's the sound of A Star's Funeral.
So yeah, Star's Funeral. I mean, it does have the. That's what I was thinking while I was listening to it. Is like the titles you give me for the songs.
Cool, man.
It gives me a feeling, and then I hear the song. It gives me that same feeling.
Yeah, yeah.
So I can tell you put a lot of thought. You put a lot of effort into this. Forget thought and effort though. It sounds like you got a lot of soul.
Thank you, man.
Put a lot of yourself into this music, which I mean, that's in my mind. I mean, that's what makes a great album. The artist with the effort he puts into it.
That's huge, man. That's a huge compliment. Thank you so much.
I know I've only heard 3 songs.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really like what you're doing. Hopefully everybody feels the same.
Thank you, dude, and thanks for having me. Thanks for giving me the ability to share this.
Definitely, dude.
This convo, the music, the sounds with the people, and
yes, and also you guys, he's gonna be playing live, all right, July 18th here at Cincinnati Bar. Y'all come out, check him out. He's gonna be playing more than what y'all just heard. If you like anything you just heard, if you don't like it, you need to show up anyway.
Yeah.
All right, come and tell him that you don't like it. See what happens. Get hit
Come
with
out.
a drumstick in the face.
Come out.
But again, Bobby Gene, thank you, brother.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate you being here.
It's been
No, go ahead. It's been what? What has it been? Let me know.
No, I was gonna say, so yeah, I recently joined a band called Giant Massacre.
Okay.
My other band.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. This
bit.
is like super recent. This is like 4 days ago recent.
So you just joined a new band, and I know you said you're gonna be doing more shows. I forgot to go into that. But
Yeah.
Go ahead. No,
all good. Real quick. I don't
I
want
know
to keep.
you have more performances.
Yeah. So just recently joined an old school buddy of mine, Lawrence Overstreet. He's a bassist, guitarist. He does shirts. He cooks.
No, a lot of people know Larry.
He's the man. So we started jamming together. We're playing 2 shows. Friday at the Arbolito Bar in Juarez, Ciudad Juarez, and then the next day, this Saturday, Chihuahua, Mexico, at the Don Burro Foro Cultural Forum. So if you guys are in the area, toda mi raza, mi gente mexicana, if you guys are in the area, hit it up. And then we're gonna eventually play more shows, of course. October in Juarez and Merced, California. Hopefully September LA. I'm not sure if that'll go through, but him and I are gonna do our thing. We go back like cornrows. So we're gonna be doing this for the long haul. Yeah.
Juarez, Chihuahua,
California, and then he's got a few
This
connections.
guy's doing big things.
He's got a few connects in Japan, so fucking kamikaze that bitch soon, hopefully.
He might just be over there. That's what's up, bro. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man. We only got one life, so live it up. Music, art, tattoos, what it may be.
I like to hear that. It's a very positive episode. I'm glad a lot of people are gonna watch this, and hopefully it pushes a lot of you people that are stuck at home hiding your music and your talent.
Yeah,
to
man.
Get out there. There's nothing to be scared of.
Exactly what the man said. I'm. If anybody knows me, I've always been for the 98%, the most part, optimistic, driven, resilient. I don't let it too much get to me. So anybody out there, thank you for listening today, or whatever day it may be, and support Pod Chuco. Support this man, all his endeavors, and Carpe Instantia is out September 19th on all platforms. Instrumental progressive metal. And yeah, catch me out there, man. Catch me outside. How about that?
There it is, guys. All right.
All right.
Thanks again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week. Peace out.